Good afternoon, students. Let's continue the turnover ratio in which we will learn trade receivable ratio today. Trade receivable turnover ratio gives us the relationship between the credit revenue from operation and average trade during the year. What it gives? Trade receivable turnover ratio. It indicates the relationship between the credit revenue from operation and average trade during the year. What we did yesterday? Yesterday we did stock turnover ratio, or we can say inventory turnover ratio. In that we calculate or learn the relationship between the cost of revenue from operation and average inventory. And today we will learn about trade receivable turnover ratio. How it is to be calculated? Have a look at the formula. It is given over here, floating on the screen. That is, trade receivable turnover ratio is equal to credit revenue from operation. Don't forget, while calculating the trade receivable ratio, credit revenue from operation is to be considered, means the credit sale only, and that should be net as well. If any return are there, it should be deducted. Divided by average trade receivables is equal to whatever the answer we will get, and it is to be shown in times. Keep one thing in your mind, trade receivable includes the debtor as well as bills receivable. So let's come to the practical part, how it is to be calculated. See, in illustration number 66, calculate the trade receivable turnover ratio from the following data. Total revenue from operation for the year, that means total sales are given, that is 2 lakh. Cash revenue from operation for the year, that is cash sale, that are 40,000. Trade receivables at the beginning, it means opening trade receivables, these are 20,000. Trade receivable at the end of the year, that is our closing trade receivable, that is 60,000. Now, again I am telling you, whenever you have to calculate the ratio, please write the formula what is to be calculated. The whole picture will be clarified itself, that what is to be calculated and what is not. So trade receivable turnover ratio is to be calculated, and the formula is with us, credit revenue from operation, that is credit sales upon average trade receivables. Now the question arises, how the credit revenue from operation or the credit sale is to be calculated. You look at the statement very carefully, you find the total sales are given over here as well as cash sale. If we deduct the cash sale out of the total sale, what will we get? We will get the credit sale definitely. It is also shown in the solution as well. You can see credit revenue from operation is equal to total revenue from operation minus cash. If we deduct the cash revenue from operation out of the total revenue from operation, definitely what will we get? We will get the credit revenue from operation. That is 2 lakh minus 40,000. It will be 1 lakh 60,000. Now the another item that is to be calculated, that is our average trade receivable. If you remember, yesterday we did that the average inventory is equal to opening inventory plus closing inventory upon 2. Very similar to that, whenever you have to calculate the average trade receivable, it is to be calculated opening trade receivable plus closing trade receivable divided by 2. That will be 20,000 plus 60,000 upon 2, and it gives us 40,000 rupees. So all in all, we will get the credit revenue from operation, that is 1,60,000. I hope you are clear up to this. We calculated the cash. We calculated the cash revenue from operation, that is 1,60,000. I'm just marking it. You can see. And on the another side, we have calculated the average inventory, that is rupees 40,000. Put these two items in the formula, 1,60,000 upon 40,000, it will be 4 times. The 4 times will be our trade receivable turnover ratio. Just give me a second to clear the screen, then we will move forward. Next. So trade receivable ratio is 4 times. Again, if we have to calculate the average collection period, means in how much time, in how much period the collection will be done averagely, that average period is to be calculated with the help of the formula days in a year or months in a year, means 365 or 12 divided by trade receivable turnover ratio. If the days or month in a year will be divided by the trade receivable turnover ratio, it gives us the number of days or number of months as average collection period. How it is to be calculated, we will do it in the further examples. Let's go for that. 7 illustration. All the illustration of this topic are to be done like this. The formula is only the single one that we have done here. Cost of revenue from operation upon average trade receivable. But in every question, you find a little change in the statement. With the help of the statement, you have to identify yourself that which items are to be taken and how it is to be worked on to calculate the whatever the items required by you. Now in this question, see, total revenue from operation for the year, that is total sales are given, which are 2,25,000. Cash revenue from operation, that is cash sale, is not given actually. In previous question, the cash sales are given to you in numbers, but here a clue related to cash from revenue from operation is given to us. What is given over here? In this question, there is a clue given to us related to the cash revenue from operation. See, what is the clue given over here? The clue is given over here. It is 20% of the total revenue from operation. If you see, none of the amount is given over here. No amount is given. Amount is not given, but the 20% of the total revenue from operation. What is it? It is cash sale. The cash sale is 20% of the revenue from operation. But actual amount is not given. In the previous question, what it was? The actual amount was given to you. You have to just deduct the cash sale out of your total sale and you will get the credit sale. Now in this question, first of all, the cash sale is to be calculated. After that, credit sale can be calculated. And one thing more is also given over here. Please, let's read it and highlight. Revenue from operation returns. It means sales return. Out of credit revenue from operation means out of credit revenue from operation, the returns are also given to us, that is 20,000. So please keep in your mind, I told you that we have to consider the net credit sale. That's why whatever the return, it is also to be deducted. Let's see how it is to be done, how it is to be done. So total revenue from operation that is given to us 2,25,000, and cash revenue from operation that is given to us 20% of total revenue from operation. So we can calculate the 20% of total revenue from operation, that will be 45,000, and we will get the value of cash revenue from operations. See, cash revenue from operations will be the 20% of total revenue from operation. I am highlighting the point. What is to be calculated? It is 20% of 2,25,000. That will be 45. It is our cash revenue from operation. How it is to be calculated? That will be 20% of 2,25,000. Now, how the credit revenue from operation is to be calculated? Because in this question we require the credit revenue from operation. How it is to be calculated? It is to be calculated 2,25,000, that is our total revenue from operation, minus 45, that is our cash revenue from operation. If you remember, one returns we have done as well. So we have to deduct the returns also, deduct the returns as well. And finally, you will get 1,60,000 as a credit revenue from operation. And if you have to calculate the average trade receivable, it will be opening trade receivable plus closing divided by 2. In this way, we have to do the calculation that is given according to the statement. So what we have done in this question, the cash from revenue from operation is the 20% of total revenue from operation, and then we have to calculate the credit, and finally we will get our ratio 1,60,000 upon 10,000. It will be 16 times. 16 times is the answer. Now the question arises how the average collection period is to be calculated. It is days in a year, that is 365 divided by 16. The answer will be 23 days. What does it mean? It means in 23 days, on an average, the trade receivable take 23 days to get converted into cash. In other words, credit sales are logged up to trade receivable for 20. In this way, we can comment as well. Let's see what is given over here in the next illustration number 68. I just want to highlight the point first, that what is the difference given over here in the previous statement and in this statement. See, in the previous question, what we have done? We have done the cash sale is 20% of, in the previous question that we have done, of total revenue from operation. Please mind it, in this question, it is 25% of credit revenue from operation. I'm highlighting this point. What is the change? You please requested to mark in your books as well, that how the credit revenue from operation is to be calculated. It is calculated with the help of the formula total revenue from operation minus cash revenue from operation. In this question, cash revenue from operation is not given straightforward. A clue is given over here, that is 25% of credit revenue from operation. Whereas in the previous question we have done 20% of total revenue from operation. That was so simple. Total revenue from operation was given to you in your question. In this question also, total revenue from operation is given to us. If it is given over here 25% of total revenue from operation, then it is very much easy to calculate. 25% of 4 lakh. No matters. But please read it and mark it very carefully. It is given over here that the cash revenue from operation, it is being 25% of credit revenue from operation. Now the question arises, credit revenue from operation, where is it? It is not given over here in the statement. What to do in that case? Whenever anything that is given in the percentage, that should be given in the actual as well. Now, how we will do? Here, you have to recall the chapter of the percentage that you did in your earlier classes in mathematics. Then you will be find it very easy to do. See how. Let's go to the solution part. Then you find how to do. In order to ascertain the trade receivable turnover ratio, figure of credit revenue from operation is to be ascertained. So it is to be assumed that credit revenue from operation is 100. Actual is not given. It is 100 we have to consider. And cash revenue from operation, 25% of credit, it will be 25. Therefore, the total revenue from operations will be 100 plus 25, that will be 125. On the basis of percentage, we can calculate the total revenue from operation, because here the percentage of given of credit revenue from operation, but actual credit revenue from operation is not given to us. What we can do? With the help of this percentage, we can calculate the percentage of that which is actually given to us. What is given to us actually? It is total sales. Total sales are given to us actually. Now what we can do? We can calculate the percentage of total sales. It is very simple. And how it is to be calculated? Let's repeat. If the credit revenue from operation means the credit sale are 100, it is to be assumed. Then the cash revenue from operation as per the information given to us, that will be 25. If we add the credit and cash revenue from operation, we will get the total revenue from operation, and that will become 100 plus 25. It will be 125. If the total revenue from operation are 125, then the credit revenue from operation is equal to 100. If total revenue from operation is 1, then it will be 100 upon 125. If total revenue from operations are 4 lakh, then credit revenue from operations will be 100 upon 125 into 4 lakh is equal to 3 lakh 20,000. In this way, we can calculate our credit revenue from operation. In this case, when the different type of information and clue are given. Now, calculation related to the trade receivable is also something else in this question. What is it? It is closing trade receivable. These are 1 lakh. Excess of closing trade receivable over opening trade receivables are 40,000. What we require? We require closing as well as opening to calculate the average. Now, how the opening is to be calculated? The clue is given to us. The closing stock is excess of 40,000 to opening. If we deduct 40,000 out of closing stock, what will happen to us? It gives us the opening trade receivable. So now the opening trade receivable will be 60. Closing will be 1 lakh. And by adding both of the items divided it by 2, we will get our average trade receivable. By putting the values average trade receivable and credit revenue from operation in the formula, we will get our trade receivable turnover ratio, that will be 4 times. After that, average collection period is to be calculated. Days in a year, that are 65. Trade receivable turnover ratio, that is 4. 91.25 days, or we can say the 92 days. It is to be noted that if any fraction of a day is given to you in practice, it means the payment is to be received on the next day. Don't make it in the round figure. If after decimal something is there, it means the payment is to be received next day. That's why we would imply 92 days instead of 91. In this way, all the next questions that you have to do, given on the further information, all the questions of related topic you have to do. I'm just giving you 2 minutes, just have a look. If you find any difficulty, any query in any question up to the 73 illustration, please ask. And I request sir to unmute the students and allow them to take their queries if they have any. Dear students, please have a look. If you have any difficulty, please ask. Okay, I'm just giving the time of 2 minutes to everybody and giving you the assignment of illustration number 70. Have a look, then I'll discuss with you within 2 minutes. Have a look how the illustration number 70 is to be done. Whether you have to take the query, and if the concept is clear to you, you have to discuss it with me. Tanu, I request you to unmute yourself, please. I request sir to allow the students to unmute them, as we have to discuss the problems related to the topic we have done today. Please allow them to unmute themselves. Tanu is one of the participants is there. I request you to unmute yourself and discuss illustration number 70 with me. Tanu is left. Okay, Tanya, unmute yourself, beta. Tanya,
Yes,
unmute
ma'am.
yourself. Yes. Beta, open your book. Have a look at illustration number 70. It is also floating on the screen as well. Are you able to see and listen?
Ma'am, yes.
Okay. Let's discuss it. Don't afraid of. Don't be hesitate. I'll help you definitely. We will just do it together. So let's do. I have discussed the previous question. In this question also you have to calculate the debtors turnover ratio, how it is to be calculated. Opening debtors are there.
Ma'am, yes.
Credit sales are there. Cash received from debtors, discount allowed, goods returned by debtors. All these are given to you. How you will calculate it? First of all, we will write the formula of peak beta. What we will do? Which formula we will write in this question?
Ma'am, 1 minute.
Sure. Yes, Tanya, which formula we will write to calculate the debtors turnover ratio? Please pick the formula. It's floating on the screen as well. It is also marked in your book as well. Tanya, please don't hesitate, beta. Please speak.
Ma'am, yes, 1 minute. मैम सबसे पहले वो नेट क्रेडिट सेल्स अपॉन एवरेज डेब्टर्स की रेशियो निकालेंगे डेब्टर्स.
Please try to speak in English completely. It's very easy to speak. Oh, yes, to calculate the net debtors turnover ratio, the formula is to be considered net credit sales upon average debtor. Now the question, yes, arise net credit sale. Net credit sale means if any credit sale and returns are there. What are the returns in this question? What are the sales return? Do you find any sale return in this question or zero sale returns are there?
मैम आवाज साफ नहीं आ रही आपकी, एक बार दोबारा बोलना.
I'm asking any sales return are there or not in this question?
मैम yes.
Yes. What is the amount of the sales return in this question, beta?
मैम 20,000.
Very good. And credit sales are 10 lakh. 10 lakh minus 20,000, we will get our net credit sales. So net credit sales will be the amounted to rupees 9,80,000. Is it too so? Very good. Now average debtors. How it is to be calculated? In this question, what is given over here? Opening debtors are given to us. That is 1,20,000. First point.
Yes.
Okay. Now we need the closing debtors as well. How it is to be calculated? See, opening debtors are with us. Credit sales during the year. Cash received will be deducted. That how much means you have to add all those items which increase the debtor and deduct all those items which decrease the debtor during the year, and finally you will get your closing debtor. How you will get your closing debtors? Add all those items which increase the debtors and deduct or subtract all those items which reduce the value of debtors. In this way, you can calculate the closing debtors. Are you able to do this, beta?
Yes.
Opening debtors plus credit sale minus cash received minus discount allowed minus sale return. Finally, we will get our closing debtor. And with the help of opening and closing debtor, it is very easy for us to calculate the average debtor. By putting the value of net credit revenue from operation as well as average debtor, we will get our debtor turnover ratio, that will be 10.089 times. Is it okay, beta?
Yes.
Clear to everybody? Anybody has any doubt? If you have any doubt, thank you, Tanya. Please raise your hand. Dear students, if anybody have any doubt in calculation of closing debtor, opening debtor, net credit sale, in any of the point, if you find any difficulty, please ask. Feel free to take any query because these things are absolutely new for you people. Analyze it, read it again and again, practice it more and more. And wherever you find any difficulty, please ask. Mansi, I request you to unmute.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Beta, let's discuss 71 illustration. I'll help you as well.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Start discussing. Wherever you feel difficulty, I'll help you there. You please start.
To calculate trade receivable turnover, first of all, we will divide credit revenue from operations to average trade receivable. In this question, we have credit revenue from operation, that is credit sales 70.
It's absolutely, yes, perfectly given to us. That is 17,52,000. A perfect amount, calculated amount is given over here. Very good.
And we have to find average trade receivable. To calculate average trade receivable, we have to divide.
Why we have to calculate the average trade receivable? Mansi, why we have to calculate the average trade receivable in this question?
Because the formula is that trade receivable turnover is given to us.
Very good. Because trade receivable turnover ratio is given in this question, so no need to calculate the turnover ratio over here. But it is given above of the statement, determine the trade receivable at the end of the year. It means closing debtors. Yes, closing debtors, closing trade receivables are to be calculated. Very good. Keep on. Please proceed.
So average trade receivable is equal to credit revenue from operation divided by trade receivable turnover rate. That is 70,52,000 divided by 6. We will get 2,92,000. That is average trade receivable.
I hope mathematical concept is clarified to everybody. We will cross multiply the average trade receivable with 6, and then the 6 will replace on the place of average trade receivable. If any doubt to anybody, please raise your hand. I can highlight and explain it more. And if it is clear, then it's fine. We will go ahead. Any doubt to anybody in this concept? No. Okay, let's move ahead.
As we know that average trade receivable is equal to opening trade receivable plus closing trade receivable divided by 2.
Yes.
So we can find opening trade receivable and closing trade receivable by average trade receivable divided by 2.
Very
we will
good.
get both opening and closing.
Yes.
So 2,92,000 divided by multiply by 2, we will get 5,084,000. 5,84,000.
Yes.
That is opening and closing trade receivable.
That is our total trade receivable.
Yes. And in the question, we already have trade receivable, that is opening trade receivable, beginning of the year. 2,84,000.
Yes.
So we can calculate closing by subtracting the opening from total. That is 5,84,000 minus 2,84,000. Only on 3 lakh.
Yes.
That is closing trade receivable.
It's really appreciable. So everybody did so well. If you have any other doubt related to this, please ask or discuss with me your point of view. Otherwise, we have done the topic. In this way, you have to, let's recall whatever we have done. I request students to mute yourself, please, because I'm finding disturbance in between. Yes?
Ma'am, Kanika is not able to attend today's class because there's a network issue.
No problems. She can see the video.
Okay, ma'am. I will tell her.
Okay. Send her to, just tell her to send me the leave.
Okay, ma'am.
Reason. No problems. If you have any reason, genuine reason are there, please send your leave. then we don't have any problem. Okay, beta?
Okay, ma'am.
So let's come to the topic back, and whatever we have done, let's recall. At a glance, we will see. We will start today with trade receivable turnover ratio. It is to be calculated by putting the values credit revenue from a operation, that is credit sales upon average trade receivable, and the information whatever we will get, it is to be shown in times. Trade receivable here include the debtors as well as bills receivable, and after that we have calculated with the very simple information. The total sales, cash sales are given to us with the help of credit sale can be calculated with the help of opening and closing trade receivable. The average trade receivable can be calculated. In the next question, we just come to know that if the percentage of credit sale is or cash sale is given to us, then how it is to be calculated. In one of the question we did the percentage on the basis of the that basis we calculate the cash sale. In another question, we also calculate the cash sale, but the percentage is not on the total sale. Instead of that, it is on credit revenue from operation. And in the next case, what we have done, we discussed the question in which the returns are also given to you as well as closing debtors are not given. But with the help of this information, you have to calculate the closing debtor, then put up all the values together and find out the ratio. In the next question we have done in which the trade receivable turnover ratio is given to us. But with the help of that information, we have to calculate the average trade receivable first, and with the help of average trade receivable, then we have to calculate the opening as well as closing trade receivable. In this way, we have discussed the topic today. You have to complete your questions, practicals, examples, additionals, everything related to the topic, and feel free to take your queries. It is all about the day. Thank you. Have a nice day. Do practice. Practice makes a man perfect. Without doing practice, you can't do accountancy or any of the work. You can't be perfect. So please do a lot of practice of each and every concept. Whether it is minor, whether it is major, doesn't matter. Don't leave anything. Practically solve each and everything. Do maximum calculation. Maintain your speeds as per the time limit also. While doing the practice, while doing the numericals, please keep in your mind that what is the time limit you are taken to solve any of the question. And for these type of question, as it will be carry 4 mark in the paper, it will take hardly 7 to 8 minutes to solve this question. So maintain your speed accordingly. Thank you. Have a nice day.